Nourish is just so much more than just a food bank.
Yeah.
It's not just our passion, the passion of our supporters and the little groups and everything that go on all behind the scenes that make it. It's amazing, and I'm so very proud of it.
Hello, I'm Nicole, and welcome to this week's episode of The Big Chat. I'm really, really pleased to be introducing you today to someone very special to me. Her name's Dawn. She looks after Nourish, which is an amazing food bank charity for our town and the surrounding areas. And I'm just delighted to have her here today. So, hello, Dawn.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
I'm quite pleased that the rain has stopped for half an hour.
The rain has stopped.
The sun always makes you feel a little bit better.
It could well be by the time this goes out that we've got this heat wave that we're getting promised.
That's really nice. It's a really nice thought. Yeah, the sun makes everything a little bit better.
We've had a lot of rain.
I'm kind of over the rain now. It doesn't make anything better other than the plants. Just over it.
So if there's anyone that's watching this or listening to this that has no idea about Nourish in Tunbridge Wells, which I find very hard to believe, obviously it's a charity dear to our hearts. We support you with the soapbox race and just have done lots of things with you. But yeah, could you tell people a little bit about it, please, Dawn?
So yeah, I'm trying. Whenever I get asked this question, I'm like, right, in my head, sum it up in a word, sum it up. We're just us, really. We are a food bank delivering parcels to families, households in crisis, all throughout Tunbridge Wells and the surrounding rural areas. So the whole of the borough, it's about 220-mile radius. I've got a team of absolutely fantastic, award-winning volunteers who deliver the food parcels, pack the food parcels, sort donations, and they are just out in all weathers, all hours, just making sure that people don't go hungry when they're facing something that's out of their control.
And this is something that we obviously experienced, fear of not having food, I would say, at the beginning of lockdown. Yeah.
I think it brought home to everybody, and I always say, it's an unexpected crisis. And everyone says, well, I've got savings, or it wouldn't happen to me. And this last year has shown absolutely everyone that it can happen to everyone.
Yeah.
And it has, it's been really tough for so many people. So we were there for the crisis before, we were there for the pandemic, and we'll be there for the next crisis. We're not going anywhere, and our job is far from over.
And how long has Nourish been going now?
2012. So November 2012. Started quite small and then progressed. I came into post in August 2013. Then we got bigger. And now an average week for us is 150 households. And that, we kind of don't even break a sweat, really. During the peak of the pandemic, 270 households a week, 5 days a week we deliver, out of hours, weekends for emergencies only. So that's a lot. And I remember talking to you at the beginning of the pandemic, and it literally, you just got so busy, didn't you? Yeah, within
literally
nothing. I mean, it one day we were doing our normal, lockdown hit, and it was almost within 3 days that the email traffic just increased. The phones were going crazy. We put in a second line, which my assistant Leslie manages, and we doubled in a week, and then we were up within 3 weeks. We were doing 250. So and a lot of our volunteers had to stand down at the same time. So it was a week where everything all happened at once. But I don't know. I don't even know how we made it through. We just did, and then we just carried on. It was just like the new normal for us. And now it really does feel like the new normal.
Yeah.
Working differently, slightly. Everything was tweaked. We didn't have to sort of massively overhaul everything. It was just a little tweak here or there, and a lot more food.
And for you personally, is when you got into this in 2013. So right at the beginning, what was it that attracted you to Nourish? What was it that made you think, right, I'm going to go and do this. I'm going to go and help these guys?
I'm just a girl that can't say no. I'm literally, that is how I fell into all of the jobs before, all of the volunteering that I do. I'm a serial volunteer, and my intention at first was to volunteer for Nourish. My mother passed away in 2012, and we were organising the funeral and chatting to relatives via Facebook because we were in Wales and Weymouth and, wherever. And so I was on Facebook a bit more than I normally would. And I saw Nourish's launch and I thought, oh my God, that's amazing. Right, I'll organise the collection. So I was sort of messaging friends, and we dropped food down to their donation point at Big Yellow. And I just thought it was brilliant. Kept it in the back of my mind, kept donating. And then I don't know. I don't even know what the thing was. I was just scrolling through Facebook one evening, as you do, and I saw them advertised, and I thought, yeah, that's me. And actually, I got an email overnight from the local social housing, and one of the ladies there emailed and said, "This is for you." And I thought, oh my gosh, she's emailed. I saw it. It's just fate. So, and I was so passionate about it. I mean, it hasn't deteriorated. It hasn't dropped. I'm as passionate about Nourish now as I was then. And it's just such a big part of my life. It's just such a big part of all of our lives, really.
And all your family as well, because you're all involved, aren't you? Yeah,
we didn't bake banana bread during lockdown. We delivered parcels.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that.
I know, but I just think that the children, both Alan and I both work for Nourish. Yeah. It is a bit of a family thing. Alan manages the warehouse, and then obviously I do everything else. And the kids were really good, and they were excited to be able to get involved a bit more. That wore off a little bit when there was some heavy work going on, but they really enjoy it, and they're so empathetic to the clients, and they hear a little bit of the stories and snapshots, and it really does keep them grounded. And they've all used it as part of their work curriculum, which is really lovely. I've read stuff that they've not told me about, but they've talked about it and done it in English assignments, or done it in chats, and I'm really proud that they love it as much as I do, because sometimes it takes up a lot of time, and I do get that little pang of guilt that we're always doing this or we're always doing that, but this just brings it home a little bit that they appreciate it and they love it too.
Well, and they must see as well, I think, when you're doing, when you're doing anything for the community and volunteering like that, and you see the impact it can have on people's lives, and the fact that people so appreciate what you do. And I remember when we first spoke a long time ago, and there is almost a misunderstanding that Tunbridge Wells, because it's an affluent area of parts, that there's not a need for this service, and there very, very much is, isn't there? And you really educated me about that, actually, that as you did, I think we were on the radio and you were talking about it, and they're just but also it could just affect in the summer holidays. I remember you talking about that, how summer holidays, some people haven't got school dinners, run out of, and lockdown really did. I just thought it was quite poignant that everyone saw what could happen if you have that resource taken away. It can affect absolutely everyone and anyone. It's not an exclusive thing.
No, and it has a real ripple effect. It's I think it's really hard. It's been really hard for a lot of people, and I think because it's been so unexpected, and it's made people kind of really stand up and think, this actually has happened to me. I thought I was okay. I had, we've had families who've had the two main earners work in the same hospitality section or work in tourism, and both laid off at the same time. And they both had good jobs before, both busy, and your outgoings don't just stop because your income does. You live as you live. You don't live to save all the time. You can't do that anymore. It's just a fact of life. And all those hidden hunger really were just amplified, really, during pandemic. And it feels like now we're still seeing it. We're seeing actually the effects more and increasingly now as we did at the beginning, just for different reasons.
And do you find that now that we're coming out of lockdown, and we're obviously talking about everything being lifted in June, which we all hope for the best there, how's that changing the dynamic of Nourish at the moment? Because you were very busy in lockdown, obviously. What's happened? You say it's sort of changed.
We're still consistently busy, and some of the older volunteers that were older volunteers. The original volunteers that had to stand down are coming back.
Yeah.
Now they feel more comfortable. Now it's a little bit safer. And we are seeing clients tail off a little, but new clients take their place.
Yeah.
It feels like for me, it feels like we're on the cusp of another one, of another upturn in referrals. Things are opening, and it is, it's amazing, and it's so nice for everybody, and we're all excited. But on the back of that, there are now, where everything has been put on hold, everything is sort of evolving and opening, and all those things that were pushed to the back are now sort of coming forward, and it's hard. People are trying to deal with everything on top of the fact that this last year has been so bad, and some of them have had physical illness. Some people have had COVID and are recovering, and symptoms, and when you're ill, trying to deal with anything and unravel issues is so hard. And if you're hungry as well on top of that, you're just fighting uphill, and it's so good that we're there.
It's amazing that you're there. And also, I recommended you to someone the other day who'd really sad. Mother passed away very young, 4 children, husband left behind. And that's, unexpected death like that can cause a massive impact to a family, like you say. Then that it's not necessarily the sort of, there's so many different cases that can be affected by this, and you offer that support and that go in and help the families. And it's, or perhaps, I've had friends that have been going through divorce and they've been worried and they've needed some extra support, and you've given it. It's really, there's so many different cases, aren't there?
Yeah. Every time I get asked about, what's your typical client, there isn't one.
Yeah.
The stories that come across, there are a lot that I really take to heart. There are a few clients that obviously, in any job that just hold a bit closer and keep in touch with. Certain ones that have been really tough. The other thing that's really good about Nourish, and the bit that we're really, really proud of, is that we are more than just food parcels. We do signpost. So for every referral agent that sends a client into me, I can also say, well, I've got this client that could do with your help. Can I refer them back? So it's alongside. So, coming in from one direction doesn't mean to say that that's your only avenue of support. We can, open it up. It's like a massive spider diagram, which is how I explain my brain on a daily basis. There is all these little tabs open, and I try and close them all by the end of the day, and just... that's the way we work, with all these tabs open, and clients have got access to so much more than just food.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, you are very passionate, like you say, about it. You love it though, don't you?
I do.
Love
it's
it.
not easy. I don't know whether I ever imagined that I would be doing something like this. I'm just a girl that can't say no, but I can't imagine now doing anything else. I know that Nourish isn't going to stay the same. I know we'll evolve, and as a need changes, we'll change to sort of meet that need. We'll always do food, but we always do more. But yeah, I love my job. I love getting up on the tough days. I love getting up on the good days. My staff are amazing. I've got volunteers that have been there since we started. We don't have a turnover. They stay, and it's just one massive family. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
And obviously we would have loved to have done the soapbox this year.
Yes.
But we're not doing the soapbox this year. We can do it next year. So
yes.
It'll be bigger and better.
Bigger and better.
But obviously that was one of the reasons wanting to get you on today and, offer a little bit of support to talk about what you're doing at the moment. But with that in mind, with the festivals and things like that, what's happened with that? Because obviously everything, outdoor events, you've had support from a lot of events over time, haven't you? And festivals and things. Soapbox is one of them. I'm sure there are many others that have been postponed. What are you seeing now? Are you seeing more support, or do people need to step forwards a bit more and offer you support?
Yeah, I think it's like starting over a little bit. It's like opening this flower again, and trying to build up those connections. We have had amazing support. The community and everyone that was able to really did support us all the way through the pandemic. But our job is not over, and we still need to be here. So for us, yeah, I don't walk through the town and see our posters up anymore. I don't see them linked to events at the moment. Lots of corporates who haven't gone back to working the way they would before aren't doing things the way they would before. So it just feels like this air of silence across everything, and it's quite hard. So yeah, we're kind of looking everything from the beginning again, and we need to get our profile raised. I know we're there. The clients know we're there. We were kind of very much on the forefront of people's minds for the last year.
Yeah.
You know, it's my job now to get it on people's minds for the next year, and to let the corporates know that we are still out there and the need is still, you know, great for us. And yeah, getting the donation stations back out. We need the food. You know, we've been buying a lot of food this last year because of the numbers. Before that, we hadn't bought any food for 6 years. We had literally had donations of food to fulfill every single food parcel, which is just amazing. I wouldn't have anticipated being able to do that during this last year anyway. But we can't keep buying food forever either. So we need to get those donation pods back up, donation stations, and just get ourselves back out there.
So with donation stations, how do you become a donation station? Say if you're a business owner in Tunbridge Wells, if there's people listening now and they think, because like you say, it is a bit strange. People haven't gone back to work.
Yeah.
Shops are only just starting to open up. Well, you know, they are open, but it's still a bit, it's all a bit
different.
Just all a bit weird.
Yeah,
at
it
the
is a
moment
bit
still,
weird.
isn't it? So I think, but people are.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to be a point that people could donate,
Yep.
can anyone do that?
Absolutely anyone.
Literally anyone. So I could say, I don't think I will.
Yeah.
I've got enough people coming around to just have a chat.
Yeah.
But, you know, you could literally say, right, I want to be a donation
Yep.
station and is there any other criteria that
Nothing.
we need to meet?
We've got the cardboard donation station. It's movable. It's
Yeah.
lightweight. You can move it for cleaning, whatever.
Yeah.
Just tell us you want one.
Yeah.
We will drop it off. We arrange to collect it to suit you. Some do first of the month. Some do, you know, Fantastic Friday or, you know, payday or one after payday. And then you collect the food. We give you a wish list and you go for it. We've got gyms that collect toiletries.
Yeah.
So when members come along, they've usually got stuff in their bag anyway. They just bring an extra new unopened and pop it in the tub, and we'll collect that. You know, when you go to the bank, there's one in a couple of the banks in Tunbridge Wells. We've got a map on our website. They're all plotted.
Yeah.
So you would be plotted. So if you had a donation station, you would get a pin on the map.
Yeah.
And you'd become one of our supporters and you'd join the Nourish family, which is worth just everything.
I mean, I'd like to think I'm in the Nourish family,
You are, yes.
but I probably
There are other
do
ways
need to
in.
have a donation station. I just like the sound of donation
I
station.
know, it's so
just think
cool.
it just sounds a bit sci-fi,
I know.
donation station.
I know.
But I think, I mean, that's great that people can do that. Because,
Yeah.
And also the items that people can then give, like you say, with a wish list.
Yep.
Because I mean, I always think of, you know, assembly at school. I mean, I'm showing my age, but do you know what I mean? Like cat for Harvest Festival and things like
gosh.
that. But you don't want, because I know
No.
when I've spoken to yourself and Sarah Rain before, it's like, no, we need to be specific.
Yeah.
So what are the items that are most sort of crucial that you're crying out for, just if people are thinking, well, what would I donate?
So we're always after toiletries.
Yeah.
And household. So washing up liquid.
Yeah.
And the tablets, washing tablets, they're really important to get out there to families. In every bag we put all of the staple items, like, you know, I can't even think, all the staple items, like, she forgets the words, milk and beans and soup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
On our website is like a traffic light wish list, which we flood social media with every month, and it's got our green, amber, red, things we don't need, things we, and that list is really small now, which shows you if you look back at our old ones and now, you know, the list has flipped the other way. You know, we always need tea and coffee. We always need cereals, things that we use a lot of that take a lot to store, and just fly up. You know, some of the times we'll order 6-7 kgs of food. It's unpacked within a couple of days, and they're empty.
Yeah.
You know, within a week or so, I'm thinking they're going to me, we need this, and I think, well, I ordered that last week, and they go, yeah, it's all gone. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, we'll keep it going.
Well, and also the price of food, because
Yeah.
it's, you know, the price of food. And I think all of us have experienced through lockdown when we've gone shopping, buying a lot of food. And we've also had families at home with us more, like
Yep.
the holidays when you do.
Yeah.
But, you know, just constantly feel like I'm buying food. And even when you try and be resourceful and not sort of waste food, it's hard not to do sometimes. And I think actually, like you say, these items. I mean, I'm thinking now I'm going to have a donation station here. We're going to officially put a Nourish donation station in the Big Chat studio. And then I think guests, that's going to have to be a criteria. They're all going to have to bring something.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's experienced that sort of the rise in price of food as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That's really tricky. But like you say, if you go and if I'm buying myself some washing up liquid and I get an extra bottle and put it in, that's going to really make such a massive difference. Huge. If everyone just did little measures like that. Yeah. That would be really, really helpful.
I think we've all become smarter shoppers.
Definitely.
This last year. It's made us look. Everybody, I don't think I've spoken to anybody that doesn't go, I've been looking at what I can get now. So can I get 2 for 1? Or can I get this for that? And not the draw you in type things, but looking at what you're buying.
Yeah.
And we will use everything. I mean, there's nothing apart from the real random items, if it'll make a meal, we put it in a parcel.
Amazing.
If it's, and that's it. And it will be on somebody's table. You will provide a meal for somebody who probably would not have one if you weren't so generous. So, it's just amazing. It's just so amazing. And streets do collections. And it's quite nice to get out. They chat to their neighbours more. Once a month, somebody's collecting, or they're doing it in rotation, or they've got a WhatsApp group or a Facebook page. And it's really nice. And we like that social side. Nourish is just so much more than just a food bank.
Yeah.
It's not just our passion, the passion of our supporters and the little groups and everything that go on all behind the scenes that make it. It's amazing, and I'm so very proud of it. I'm absolutely.
You should be. I mean, you're always at the forefront.
I'm formidable.
You are. You're always at the forefront. I mean, you and I've been on the radio a few times together. Sometimes I go to events and you're there. I'm just like, she's there.
What hat have I got on today?
No, exactly. But it's it is hard, and you do have a very busy life, and you work, and you've got a big family.
Yep.
But you still do it, and I think it does, like you say, it gives you so much.
Yeah,
there's so much to be said.
You just couldn't do these types of jobs, and it's the same for a lot of other charities. And we partner up with other charities, and we've got really lovely relationships with other charities. We're so blessed in Tunbridge Wells.
Yeah.
I know I'm completely biased, but we've just got such wonderful organisations going on behind the scenes, and there's so much out there, and we all get on so well. It's lovely. You just have to do it because you want to.
Yeah.
You can't force yourself into work, and I wouldn't want to.
No,
I don't think I'd want to. But
and what about your premises? I hear you.
Oh, so excited! I've been under the table going, "Oh, when can I drop it in?
Yeah, absolutely.
We are so excited. Not that you can tell, playing it very low key. We've even got a TikTok account on account of the new premises.
Listen, I mean, you had people singing in lockdown. I mean, I managed to see that awful one that I did with Anna in the garden, which was hilarious. I mean, you got me to do it, so
no, it's brilliant.
But you are made for TikTok, Dawn. Your humour and your energy. I'm sure it's going to be a blast.
It's going to be managed by one of my children.
Really?
They're better at it. I mean, I don't understand a lot of it.
Me neither.
I scroll through it and it's addictive.
I love watching
within
it.
A couple of minutes, you're hooked. So yeah, we have taken on our new premises.
Yeah.
Big Yellow is so special to us. It's been our home for so long, and they, we get a lot more out of Big Yellow than they get out of us. They've been amazing. They've rowed for us in the dragon boat. They take in donations. They've shook a tin. They've come along to quiz nights. They have been, amazing. We love all the staff. It's been really, really good. They also make me endless coffee, which, as anyone knows, gets them straight in my good book. But we have outgrown Big Yellow. We've got 9 rooms at any one point up on the top floor. It's not entirely practical. It's not the best working environment for our volunteers, and we do adore them. So we have taken on our new premises. It's only across the road, so it's really nice and close. And we are moving everything under one roof.
Wow.
So we are building a mezzanine floor. We've got a local contractor, Wells Construction, Josh and his team, so utterly patient to put up with me because I would just have it all built like now. And we're putting in a mezzanine floor, putting in offices, a meeting room.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in the staff area. It's just going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely... I keep going down there and opening the door and just looking at it.
Isn't it?
Huge. Absolutely huge. It's just, you know, it really is a next step for us. And it was on a wish list. 10 years ago, we wrote down, or 5 years ago as well, at strategy, it was like, what would be your ultimate thing? And I was like, our own premises, you know, with an office and a meeting room and everything. And I just feel like, wow, you know, we just so blessed. And Children's Salon massively played a part in making this happen. You know, they gave us a huge donation from their Black Friday sales, and they, you know, they step up time and time again for us anyway. But it's just so lovely, and it's so nice to do it because of someone else. It's just brilliant. I'm so excited.
And when are you going to be in there then? When will you be there from?
Well,
no pressure, Josh.
I know, no pressure, Josh. Bless him. He's waiting for the parts. Yeah, it's all gone through building regulations. I didn't know there were so many things. I mean, I'm just like, you know, I have just want to do it. You know, I thought we could just get in there, a couple of weeks, we'll be done. It's a bit longer. So we'll be in by the summer. And
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's not far off.
I know. I just keep going down there though and opening the door and looking in and coming back out again. I drive down there all the time.
And will people be able to bring to you?
We will have a donation point right
Brilliant.
there.
That's
it won't
brilliant.
be for clients. It's head office and a donation point. So it'll be like Big Yellow, where you can bring things directly to us. We'll have our own postal address, which is ours, and be on the door. And yeah, it'll be really nice to invite corporates in and have meetings upstairs and have people drop in for coffee.
People get more involved.
And our staff, you know, it'll be really nice for the volunteers to have that social interaction back that they've really missed this last year.
Yeah.
You know, Zoom is okay and it's been fun, but, you know, there's 67 of them and it's really hard having everyone connected. So I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Exciting.
I know.
So I mean, that's a big one. But is there anything else coming up this year that we should know about? Or is it really just the main push should be about people getting behind you, doing these donation stations, getting some... I mean, people can get in touch with... who's the best person to get in touch with for posters or just getting more involved? Is it you? Is it Sarah? Who would you say?
So we've... On our website, across our Instagram, everything is the link to the website. We've got a brand new website, which is brilliant, so much more user-friendly, and we're really proud of that. We're just getting new photographs because we're not so proud of those. And I hate my photo being taken, so it's awful. But on the website is links to different addresses. So we've got fundraising. If you want to do an event, there's a corporate pack.
Great.
You know, you can print off your own flags, posters, whatever. There's admin and Office and Dawn obviously come to me. So if it's not for me, I'll probably reply and forward you through. So there's so many ways to get in touch.
But I think it is really important, like you say, that people know that because you won an award.
Yes.
You won a big award.
We won a massive award. The Queen's Award is huge. It's huge.
I have many clients that want to win.
I know. And they utterly deserve it. It was so fun. We had every volunteer made a little pin version of, and I went round and door knocked a lot of them and surprised them at the door, the ones that couldn't come in, and presented them with their badges at a social distance. And it was just so fun and so nice to kind of wave people from the garden, and we posted some out, and it's just been it's been so special.
But you put so much effort in, and I think that's the thing is that, you know, and that's why people do need to support now because, you know, in this time through lockdown, there's been a lot of people that have still been really, really working very hard and having to really go at 1,000,000 miles an hour still. It's been very different experiences for a lot of people. I know a lot of people would love to have been going 1,000,000 miles an hour and haven't had the choice. So it's all different. But for those that have, and it's been quieter, like you say, now there's more noise out there. There's more people out and about. But that's exactly why you need the support, isn't it? So I think, and, you know, like with events like the Soapbox not happening for another year, that would have been a big one. We were going to have donation banks up at the top at both entrances, and we still will next year. But that's a whole campaign that you might miss out on.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's getting people more involved as much as possible. Yeah.
It just feels like the chatter's quiet. It really does. And we normally do have events, ones that we hold ourselves, ones that others hold that we can go along to, ones we're involved in, one we support. And it just feels, like this year is going to be very quiet. So it's really important.
A bit in shock as well. They're a bit like, I keep saying to people, we need some sort of lockdown rehab or something.
I know.
Everyone's
it's like a debrief.
Everyone's a bit like, and a lot of people are feeling quite anxious.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, and people sort of what they were enjoying doing before lockdown isn't necessarily what they're enjoying doing again after lockdown.
No, I enjoy sleeping now.
I love sleeping. That's great.
It.
I think I get a bit more than you.
You do.
A little bit more.
I just have a new appreciation
of rest.
For rest, and also for around. Like I said to you before, I go and sit quite often in the park, or I sit. I go for a walk and just get out there more. And I found a new appreciation for that, and I think a lot of people have. I hope we all hold on to that. I really do hope that we all hold on to that little bit, and being outdoors more. I love being outdoors, and I think when we weren't allowed to be, because we were only going to work and back. Yeah. It's just having that lifted is brilliant.
Yeah, I think not taking things for granted and appreciating things, and when we can go back out and connect again more, it's those. I mean, even connections, I'm more considerate about. Yeah. I'm not saying it's people I just don't want to see, but I am more considerate about who I want to spend my time with and what I want to do, and I think all those things. But yes, well, we will definitely. Like to sign up, please, Dawn. I should have done that by now. For a donation station, so you can tell me what you need to do.
I have one in the car.
I didn't. Do you?
No, I don't.
That would be
normally
so cool
do,
if you did. I'd be like, I normally get it now. Bring it in now.
I just want to hint.
But we'll do that. So now, anyone that comes on the big chat has to bring essential items for Nourish, please.
Yeah, that will
be if you come to the door, you're not allowed in without that. But I think everyone, as much support as you can get, because it's an amazing charity.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing. And you get out what you put in, Dawn.
Yes.
So you put in a lot. So you're always out there. You're always putting in so much effort. So thank you for everything you do for Tunbridge Wells, and I'm sure a lot of people would love to thank you.
Oh, bless. Yeah, no, it's good. I trust me, I get a lot more out. I really do feel like I get a lot more out.
And I'm going to come and drink lots of coffee with you.
Oh, yes.
When you get that place open. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. So if people want to find you.
Yes, our website, www.nourishcommunityfoodbank.org.uk.
Amazing. And TikTok.
You
heard it here first.
Yes, it is exclusive.
I can't wait. We're going to be seeing you on TikTok, I hope.
We are. Oh, God.
I can only imagine. Well, thank you so much for coming to see us today. All right, Dawn.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.